Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Winchester Unitarian Society, a welcoming, caring community devoted to spiritual growth, social transformation, and environmental responsibility. Guided by Unitarian Universalist principles and drawing on diverse faith traditions, we live our values through worship, reflection, connection, and service. Here, we aim to be welcoming to everyone. People of all racial and ethnic backgrounds, people of all sexual orientations and genders, people of all incomes and abilities, people of all religious beliefs, and people whose beliefs might not be considered conventionally religious. Welcome. I'm Peter McEntee, today's worship associate. Today's service is one of a series of summer services led by volunteers from the congregation while our minister, the Reverend Heather Janulis, is on study leave and vacation. And today is a bit different from the typical service in that it focuses a lot less on the spoken word and a lot more on hymn singing, led by our illustrious music director, John Kramer. Before the singing starts, you might want to look through the hymnal and get your favorites ready, because the hymn sing will be by request. And you also might feel a little more comfortable filling in a little closer as much as social distance and infection precautions allow, so that you're not off in a foreign country by yourself singing. All right. If you are a visitor to the congregation and you'd like to learn more about participating, you can fill out one of the visitor cards on the pew rack in front of you. And those of you listening through the live stream, there will be a virtual visitor card that will appear at the appropriate time that you can fill out. Now, let's take a moment and just greet each other. To worship is to stand in awe under a heaven of stars, before a flower, a leaf in sunlight, or a grain of sand. To worship is to be silent, receptive, before a tree astir with the wind, or the passing shadow of a cloud. To worship is to work with dedication and with skill. It is to pause from work and listen to a strain of music. To worship is to sing with the singing beauty of the earth. It is to listen through a storm to the still small voice within. Worship is a loneliness seeking communion, and it is a thirsty land crying out for rain. Worship is a kindred fire within our hearts. It moves through deeds of kindness and through acts of love. Worship is the mystery within us, reaching out to the mystery beyond. It is an inarticulate silence, yearning to speak. It is the window of the moment, open to the sky of the eternal. And today, a little different than usual, our chalice lighting is going to be sung by John Kramer. And you can sing along. It is number 362 in your hymnal, Rise Up, O Flame.
Oh,
All right, something we do in the summer that we... Thank you. Please rise in body and spirit, or any other way that you can, and sing hymn number 29, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. Okay. Something we do in the summer that we don't do during the rest of the program year is to make space for people to mark or acknowledge joys and sorrows that may be on their minds or on their hearts. So if you have a particular joy or sorrow that you would like to mark, you are invited to come up and light a candle. And if you are comfortable doing so, you can just say who you are, and if you want to say what the joy or sorrow is out loud, you can do that. If you want to keep that private, you may do that as well. I'm going to start with a joy that I have, which is that my wife and I have finally made plans to fly to Berlin in September to visit my son and daughter-in-law who have been living there since very early in the pandemic, and we haven't seen them since they moved there. So we're very, very excited about taking that trip.
Hey everyone, I'm Liz Lintz, and my joy is also travel themed in that John and I just got back from a week vacation in Iceland, hiking and experiencing the incredible majesty and sublime wonders of that country. It was just spectacular. It's also just great to come back home with fresh eyes and appreciate what we have here and all of you.
My name is Claire McNeil, and I have the joy of celebrating family and life here. I turned 82 yesterday, and we had a family celebration last night in the patio with fresh flowers from the garden and zucchini and other things from other gardens. Very nice.
Can't leave you hanging there, Peter. I'm Stephen Parapellic, and I will share both a joy and a sorrow. The sorrow is it's a perpetual stressful situation at work. It's been heightened lately and really, really challenging. But the joy is on Thursday when a particularly difficult situation emerged. Two colleagues dropped by my home unexpectedly with some wine and cheese, and we just had a chance to kind of be together and experience their friendship and support. So it's both a joy and a sorrow.
Okay, I'm going to light one more candle for all of the joys and the sorrows that we hold in our hearts that remain unspoken. After I do that, we will have a moment of silence. And then, if you could keep this ready, we will end the silence by singing the hymn that is printed in your order of service. There is a love holding us, holding me. All right. So now we're going to have something a little different from the usual reflection. We're going to have a participatory by request hymn sing, and John is going to go back and forth between the piano and the organ as the music requires. And If you have requests for particular hymns that you would like sung, just call out the number and John will play it. And I'd like to get things started with a request for hymn number 298, Wake Now My Senses. I think we have time for maybe one more. Yeah? 64 or 54? Yep. We saved the heavy-duty page turning for I wanted just add some information that didn't make it into the order of service. During our offertory, the music will be Elevation number 3 or Elevation number 3 by Marcel Dupré. The offering is a spiritual practice insofar as it's a collective affirmation of our shared values and our commitment to the mission of this liberal religious congregation. There are a number of different ways you can donate to the Winchester Unitarian Society. You can put an offering in the basket that will be going around. You can donate online through our website. And if you're listening on the live stream, consult the website for instructions on how to give. Please write or type the date of your offering in the memo line or the comment field. Note that contributing soon in lieu of one lump sum to cover a period of time is easier to process and empowers us to send our collective gift as soon as possible. And now, your generously given offering will be gratefully received. Those of you who wish to do so are invited to join in the unison affirmation. We gather not for ourselves alone, but to use our common power to build the beloved community within and beyond these walls. We create and reaffirm this covenant this day to make justice flourish, to practice compassion amidst difference, and to embody transformative love. And now please rise in body or in spirit for one final hymn, number 108 in the gray hymnal, My Life Flows On in Endless Song. For you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. The mountains and the hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Please say with me the words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. This service is ended, but our life of service continues. Let's go enjoy this beautiful weather.